Hello there. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to generate consistent characters of character sheets in Midjourney AI. First of all, I'm going to show you a few prompts that I generated before recording this video. You can see here that the character's face is pretty consistent throughout. But even though it's pretty similar, in the second image, it's giving more of an anime theme instead of a children's book character sheet. So for that, we're going to type the same prompt again, but we're also typing the command repeat 3. What this does is that it repeats the prompts 3 times. You can obviously change it to 3. You can obviously change it to numbers other than 3. We're going to use 4 for this one. And here, the tip to getting similar characters in a character sheet is that you're going to type the style that you want. For this, we want them in the style of a children's book illustration, so we can do that and wait for it to create your images. Now that it's done generating, we can see that almost all of the results are similar and our characters have gotten more consistent. And there are more viewing angles too. Now, if you want to take this one step further, you can start by choosing any one of these and making more variations of them by clicking on the buttons that start with a V. For example, this one is V2, so we're selecting that. And it will give you 4 more results like this one. Just wait for it to generate. As that's done, we can see that these results are pretty similar to the ones we chose. We chose this second one over here, and now it generated us 4 more images using the one we selected. Before moving on to the next tip, we can try this with a different subject for the prompt, or try it for something else except for a person. Just wait for it to finish generating your image. Over here, our characters are still pretty consistent as we kept the prompt same in each of the generations. You can take a look here. For this tip, we're going to actually upscale the image first. And then we're going to take a look at these 2 buttons. There's a very subtle and a very strong. What these 2 do is that the strong one makes more variations of your image, but strong variations, so it will look more different than the original image. But with the subtle variation, it's going to generate more images, but try to keep it as close as possible to your original image. We can try that over here with both of these. It's done, and we can see that the strong variation made more versions of our original image, but it varied it up a bit. But the subtle version tried to keep it as similar to the first image as possible and just generated more versions. Now there's one more thing we can try for more consistent results, is that by keeping the prompt same and hitting the custom zoom button, we can select how much we want the image to zoom out. For example, we're going to do zoom 3. But the rest of the prompt will stay the same, and we're going to add the repeat 3 again since we want 3 more versions. Wait for it to finish. Okay, so it doesn't do the 3x zoom as the zoom can only be between 1 and 2, so we can just hit the zoom 2x button over here and it will do that same thing for us. But it will only generate us 1 image or 1 variation of the image. So for that, we can just go to the custom zoom again, keep it 2x and then type repeat 2. Now it's done generating our images and we can take a look. What the zoom feature basically does is that it keeps the original image but tries to add more stuff onto it. So in our case, since we're designing a character sheet, it kept the original part, which is around this tiny box, and just added more characters to it, which made it more consistent for us and easier for us to use. We can obviously do the same thing again by selecting anyone you like and upscaling them. Now we can hit the zoom 2x feature again, and it will keep this image as the base but generate more stuff around it. Now over here it did the same thing by keeping the original image and just zooming out again and generating more stuff around it. It does have some issues, however, as this image around here is a little deformed, but we can see that overall the images are pretty consistent. You can experiment with the prompts or use this trick on any other stuff. That sums up the video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.